Hi there, my name's Neil Moore. I'm the founder of the Simply Music organization and the person who developed the Simply Music piano program. I want to welcome you to this fantastic course, the Music and Creativity program. There's so much to talk about with regards to Simply Music. There's so much to talk about with regards to this program, and there's so much to learn. But rather than getting into talking too much about what's involved, I'd like for us to start by diving right into playing immediately. Now, in order for you to do that, there's a few things you'll need. You'll need online access, which obviously you have if you're watching this video. So whether you're using a computer or a laptop, a tablet, a smartphone, no problem as long as you've got online access to be able to watch the videos, and we're good to go. The other thing is you'll need to make sure that the device that you have enables you to be able to play the soundtracks. Part of what we've provided you with is this beautiful collection of fantastic soundtracks, and we're going to be getting into playing along with those. In fact, we're going to be doing that right now. If you're a total beginner, you might find that as you put your fingers to the keyboard, it feels a little strange, and you might find that the fingers aren't working or coming together the way you want them to. In a little while, we'll get into a little bit more detail about how to get your hands and fingers working. But for now, I know that some of you will be ready to dive right in, and so you can follow along with what it is that I'm doing, and this is going to be a lot of fun. I have a laptop just off screen here, and I use that to turn the soundtracks on and off, so if you see me over here, that you'll know exactly what it is that I'm doing. I've also got some notes here as well, so from time to time I might even draw a reference to those just to make sure that I've covered everything throughout this entire course. Okay, so the first soundtrack in the list of soundtracks that I've provided you with is called Eliza. I'm going to start that now, and then I'm going to talk to you about what I'd like you to do, because we're going to start to just play around. Everything that you play is going to sound great when we do this. Let's have a listen. Okay. We can hear there's a certain mood. It actually has a certain rhythm to it, and we'll get very, very comfortable with that as we move more deeply into the program. We've got a symbol that we can feel. It's almost just like we're walking slowly, like a left, right. That beautiful, even, natural rhythm, just like we're walking. In fact, that sort of smooth, natural rhythm, that's what we're going to be playing in just a moment, but instead of using our feet, as if we're walking, we're just going to be using our fingers. So let's go over to the keyboard, and I'll show you how I'd like you to just begin exploring how to play, in fact, how to improvise along with this beautiful soundtrack. Let's have a look. For now, I'm going to just take my thumb, and I'm just going to put it on this black key here. Now there's a little white mark there. Don't worry about that. I'm going to explain what that is a little later. But for now, all I want you to do is just take your thumb, and you're just going to put each of your fingers on these black notes. So you've got your first fingers on this group of 2 black notes, and the remaining 3 fingers on the group of 3 black notes. Now, we're going to just start playing any note. Let's have a listen. And if you're a beginner, you can just follow along and see if you can copy what I'm doing. For now, I'm just going to play my thumb. I was talking before about walking. You could imagine if we're doing this, like left, right. We're just left foot, right foot. Just pretend that these are your feet. Let's try a different finger. I'm going to try this finger. I'm going to change to this finger. Same sort of rhythm, that left, right. I'm just aiming to try and get that smooth and even. Moved up to the next finger. And my pinky. Now, I've had a little more experience than you might have had doing this. I might be able to make it look easy. You might find that even as you're doing something like this, you want that 4th finger to come down, but the little finger's coming down as well. Or you might be able to be comfortable or familiar with how to swap between the fingers. We're going to be talking about that a little bit later. Don't worry about it. Just do your best and see how this feels for you. I'm going to continue on, but rather than just playing one note at a time, I'm just going to run up my 5 fingers and down my 5 fingers. Watch what I do. heading down my 5 fingers. And up to my pinky, and working my way back down to my thumb. Now watch what I'm going to do here. I'm going to take my hand, I'm going to move it all up. So I've put my thumb now on the next black note, and I've just got my remaining fingers on the black keys that, just my very next neighbor, so to speak. Same thing, walking from my thumb all the way to my pinky and down again. Let me just try it a little bit faster. Watch what I do here. Everything sounds great. That's just because of the way that we've produced the soundtrack, and also because of the notes that you're playing. I'm going to move my hand up again. Also playing a little faster. I'm moving my hand up again. I'm putting my 5 fingers on the black notes. Now, watch what I do now. I'm going to do exactly what I've just done. I'm just going to do it a little bit more quickly. Now, I don't expect you to be able to do this. If you can, that's awesome. But if you find that it's a little unfamiliar, it feels a little awkward, that's awesome as well. That's perfectly natural because you're just getting started. So watch what I do here. Just moving my hand up as I feel like. I can even change direction as I'm doing it. So we've just spent a few minutes improvising, playing around, just getting a feel for how the keys sort of feel against our fingers. And like I've said, I want to make sure to remind you of this very clearly and in no uncertain terms. Some of you will find that even if you've never had lessons before, never sat at the instrument before, you'll find that your fingers just work for you immediately, and that's wonderful. But for many of you, you might find that it just feels odd and awkward and you haven't quite learned how to swap. That's perfectly normal. It's wonderful. It's natural. This is all going to come together very, very quickly. Everything that I just did then with my right hand, you could also be doing with your left hand. And we'll explore this piece again in a bit more detail. I just wanted to make sure that you had something that you could get started with, so you could get a feel for what it is that we're going to be doing. You could get a feel for how the instrument feels underneath your hands and fingers, as well as starting to get an experience of the sound of just a little taste of the wonderful, wonderful music that we're going to be learning how to play in the Music and Creativity program. See you in a bit.